A great deal of the old crowd were back, but there were lots of new ones too. Some of these men made passes at Janie, and women who didn't know took out after tea cake. Didn't take them long to be put right, however. Still in all, jealousies arose now and then on both sides. When Miss Turner's brother came, and she brought him over to be introduced, tea cake had a brainstorm. Before the week was over, he had whipped Janie. Not because her behavior justified his jealousy, but it relieved that awful fear inside him. Being able to whip her reassured him in possession. No brutal beating at all. He just slapped her around a bit to show he was the boss. Everybody talked about it the next day in the fields. It aroused a sort of envy in both men and women. The way he petted and pampered her as if those 2 or 3 face slaps had nearly killed her made the woman see visions. And the helpless way she hung on him made men dream dreams.
Tea cake, yo show is a lucky man. A person can see every place you hit her. I bet she never raised her hand to hit you back neither. Take some of these old rusty black women and they would fight you all night long, and next day nobody could tell you ever hit them. That's the reason I done quit beating my woman. You can't make no mark on them at all, Lord. I would love to whip a tender woman like Janie. I bet she doesn't even holler, she just cries, eh, tea cake?
That's right.
See that? My woman would spread her lungs all over Palm Beach County, let alone knock out my jaw teeth. You don't know that woman of mine. She got 99 rows of jaw teeth, and get her good and mad, she'll wade through solid rock up to her hip pockets. My Janie is a high-time woman and used to things. I didn't get her out of the middle of the road. I got her out of a big fine house. Right now, she got enough money in the bank to buy up these zigaboos and give them away. Hush your mouth. And she down here on the muck like anybody else.
Janie is wherever I wants to be. That's the kind of wife she is, and I love her for it. I wouldn't be knocking her around. I did once whoop her last night, but old Miss Turner done sent for her brothers to come to bait Janie and taking her away from me. I didn't whip Janie 'cause she done nothing. I beat her to show them Turners who's boss. I sat in the kitchen one day and heard that woman tell my wife I'm too black for her. She don't see how Janie can stand me.
Kill her husband on her. Shucks, I believe he's scared of her. Knock her teeth down her throat.
That's what looked like she had some influence when she ain't. I just let her see that I got control.
So she live off of our money and don't like black folks, huh? Okay, we'll have her gone from here before 2 weeks is up. I'm going right off to all the men to drop rocks against her.
I ain't mad at her for what she's done, 'cause she ain't done me nothing yet. I'm mad at her for thinking. Her and her gang got to go.
Us is with you, tea cake. You know that already. That Turner woman is real smart according to her notions. Reckon she done heard about that money your wife got in the bank, and she's bound to rope her into her family one way or another.
Sop, I don't think it's half the money as it looks. She's color-struck. She ain't got that kind of mind you meet every day. She ain't a fact, and neither do she make a good story when you tell about her.
Aw, yeah, she's too smart to stay around here. She figures we're just a bunch of dumb men, so she thinks she'll grow horns. But that's a lie. She'll die butt-headed. Saturday afternoon, when the work tickets were turned into cash, everybody began to buy coon dick and get drunk. By dusk, Dark Bella Glade was full of loud-talking, staggering men. Plenty women had gotten their knots charged, too. The police chief in his speedy Ford was rushing from juk to juk and eating house trying to keep order, but making few arrests. Not enough jail space for all the drunks, so why bother with a few? All he could do to keep down fights and get the white man out of Colored Town by 9 o'clock. Dick, Sarah, and Kudame seemed to be the worst off. Their liquor told them to go from place to place, pushing and shoving and loud talking, and they were doing it. Way after a while, they arrived at Miss Turner's eating house and found the place full to the limit. Tea cake, stew beef, sop to bottom, bootney, motorboat, and all the familiar crowd was there. Kudame straightened up as if in surprise and asked,
"What are y'all doing in here?"
"Eating? They got stew beef, so you knew I'd be here."
"We all like to take a rest from our woman folks cooking once in a while, so all of us eating away from home tonight. Anyhow, Miss Turner got the best old grub in town. I expect you two last ones to come in is going to have to wait for a seat. I'm all full up now."
"That's alright. You fry me some fish. I can eat that standing up. Cup of coffee on the side."
"Sling me up a plate of that stew beef with some coffee too, please, ma'am. Starrett is just as drunk as is, and if he can eat standing up, I can do the same." Kudame leaned drunkenly against the wall, and everybody laughed. Pretty soon the girl that was waiting table for Miss Turner brought in the order, and Sterrett took his fish and coffee in his hands and stood there. Kodame wouldn't take his off the tray like he should have.
Nah, you hold it for me, baby, and let me eat.
Nobody ain't got no time to hold up your grub in front of your face. Here, take it yourself.
You's right. Give me it here. Sop can give me his chair. You's a lie. I ain't through and I ain't ready to get up.
Kodame tried to shove Sop out of the chair, and Sop resisted. That brought on a whole lot of shoving and scrambling, and coffee got spilt on Sop. So he aimed at Kodame with a saucer and it hit Bootany. Bootany threw his thick coffee cup at Kodame and just missed Stew Beef. So it got to be a big fight. Miss Turner came running in out of the kitchen. Then TK got up and caught hold of Kodame by the collar.
Look here, y'all. Don't come in here and raise no disturbance in the place. Miss Turner's too nice a woman for that. In fact, she's more nicer than anybody else on the map. I knows that. All of us knows it. But I don't give a damn how nice she is. I got to have some place to sit down and eat. Sop ain't gonna bluff me neither. Let him fight like a man. Take your hands off me, TK. Nah, I won't either. You coming out of the place. Who going to make me come out? Me, that's who. I'm in here, ain't I? If you don't want to respect nice people like Miss Turner, God knows you're going to respect me. Come on out of here, Kodame.
Turn him loose, T-Cake. That's my buddy. Us coming here together, and he ain't going nowhere until I go myself.
Well, both of you is going.
Tea-Cake shouted and fastened down on Kodame. Dockery grabbed, stared, and they wrestled all over the place. Some more joined in, and dishes and tables began to crash. Miss Turner saw with dismay that Tea-Cake's taking them out was worse than letting them stay in. She ran out in the back somewhere and got her husband to put a stop to things. He came in, took a look, and squinched down into a chair in an off corner and didn't open his mouth. So Miss Turner struggled into the mass and caught Tea-Cake by the arm.
That's all right, T-Cake. I appreciate your help, but leave him alone.
Nah, sir, Miss Turner. I'm gonna show 'em they can't come running all over nice people and loud talk no place while I'm around. They going out of here.
By that time, everybody in and around the place was taking sides. Somehow or other, Miss Turner fell down and nobody knew she was down there under all the fighting and broken dishes and crippled up tables and broken off chair legs and window panes and such things. It got so that the floor was knee-deep with something no matter where you put your foot down. But Tea-Cake kept right on until Kodame told them,
I'm wrong. Y'all tried to tell me right and I wouldn't listen. I ain't mad with nobody. Just to show y'all I ain't mad, me and Ster are going to buy everyone something to drink. Old man Vigor's got some good coon dick over around Pahokee. Come on, everybody, let's go get our knots charged.
Everybody got in a good humor and left. Miss Turner got up off the floor hollering for the police. Look at her place. How come nobody didn't call the police? Then she found that one of her hands was all stepped on and her fingers were bleeding pretty pert. 2 or 3 people who were not there during the fracas poked their head in the door to sympathize, but that made Miss Turner madder. She told them where to go in a hurry. Then she saw her husband sitting over there in the corner with his long bony legs all crossed up smoking his pipe.
What kind of man is you, Turner? Can't come in here and break up my place. How can you sit and see your wife all trampled on? You ain't no kind of man at all. You see that Tea-Cake shut me down? Yes, you did. You ain't raised your hand to do nothing about it.
Yeah, you see how I did swell up too, didn't you? You tell Tea-Cake he better be careful I don't swell up again.
At that, Turner crossed his legs the other way and kept right on smoking his pipe. Miss Turner hit at him the best she could with her hurt hand and then spoke her mind for half an hour.
It's a good thing my brother wasn't right here when it happened, or he would have killed somebody. My son, too. They got some manhood about him. We's going back to Miami where folks is civilized.
Nobody told her right away that her son and brother were already on their way after pointed warnings outside the cafe. No time for fooling around. They were hurrying into Palm Beach. She'd find out about that later on. Monday morning, Kodame and Sterrett stopped by and begged her pardon profusely and gave her $5 apiece. Then Kodame said,
They tell me I was drunk Saturday night and clowning down. I don't remember a thing about it. But when I get to peeping through my liquor, they be telling me I'm a mess.